I say, first of all, a big shout out birthday to Zev and Nochi. Okay, we're in the middle of the sugya of Tofer, so I'd like to finish off the sugya today. Yesterday we did the sugya of diapers. Somebody asked me, actually heard about the shir. He's like, what's the problem with diapers? I never heard such a thing in my life that there's even a problem, there's even a shaila, even involved with diapers. So if you come to yeshiva, you guys will know exactly what the problems are. Baruch Hashem. So let's try to begin with finishing off the sugya of Tofer. There's a lot to be done. I don't know how we're going to finish everything, but we're going to try to as much as we can to get through all of the other shailas. First of all, we mentioned already one time, but maybe we didn't go through all the examples. The Rambam says that when it comes to glue is also a shaila of Tofer. Tofer doesn't necessarily have to only be with actual stitches. It can also be with anything that sticks something to something else, which is obviously clearly the Hagdorah of Tofer, because as we said already previously, the Hagdorah of Tofer means, how it's different to kosher, is that it takes two items, al yedei davar acher, through a third item, and sticks them together and combines them and puts them as one. So glue, says the Rambam, does exactly the same thing. So we mentioned a couple of things. First of all, just to be very clear, for example, stickers, right? Now this is very negative for kids. Kids sometimes have sticker books, they stick stickers in, they get new packets, they put them in. Now, without getting involved in Siman Shin Mem Gimel, which everyone knows is the shailu of chinuch, we're not getting involved in whether or not we should stop a child, should not stop a child, depends on the Ramah, the Chai Odom, the Mogen Avram, Hayulam Pshat. There's a book about it, Pakal Halacha series, just about kids on Shabbos, that talks exactly about this inyan. But the basic idea is that if a child is at least of age, let's just talk about Bar Bas Mitzvah for sure, then avadu, you should stop them from doing that, because stickers are a problem. They're taking an item which has got glue on it, got a stickiness to it, and you're sticking it to a back, and it's going to stay over there, right? So that's problematic. So we also mentioned, oh, by the way, licking the back of an envelope would also be, shalev, probably a doraisa of tofa, because it's very hard sometimes to peel it, when you take off the envelope, you rip it normally. You don't necessarily, take off the glue, the stickiness, which means that when you do stick that could be a shalev, a doraisa of tofa in that case. Of course, somebody asked about pins in one of the boards. We have the bulletin boards with the signs, so that's not really so much the shalev of tofa, although it could be tofa also, but it may also be a shalev of either sosa or boina, depending on how it works over there. Moving on as well, pictures in a picture album. I don't know if people make these anymore. They make photo albums. People don't even do, right? You remember, we have stacks of photo albums. Nobody does that. It's on your phone and it stays on your phone. That's why I'm not embarrassed to take a picture, because no one's ever going to see this. Okay, they're going to see it, but it's never going to get printed and go around. Right? In the olden days, you print in the olden days. You used to actually develop pictures and put them in a photo album. And the photo album was sticky. You put the photo over there. Yeah. Anyway, the point is that would be a problem of toifa, right? Again, it's not long ago? Well, everyone's looking at me like I'm crazy.
There used to be physical photos.
That's the mayor, maybe, Okay. Welcome to the club. Okay, let's move on, Rabbi Isai. Another thing. Post-it notes. I don't remember what we said about post-it notes. I don't remember clearly. I remember we discussed the little bookmarks, the sticky bookmarks people have in their sforim and their books. That's mutter, that's not a problem, that's fine. But post-it notes, to take it off, we said for sure would be a mamish, a shayla of makim b'patish mamish. But even to stick it on somewhere, so I saw some poskim hold that it was okay, even if it's more than 24 hours. But I remember asking once Rabbi Zul Orbach the Shaila, what's the din? You take a post-it note and you put it on, you put it there just for a few hours, put it there maybe even longer than 24 hours. What's the din? See, but Edson wanted to say it's mutter, but he told me, my father said it's asa. So I said, why? I want to know why. So he says, Kach omer gedolei Yisrael. Right? It's asa. Why? We can handle it afterwards. I don't know, but he didn't like the idea of taking a post-it note and putting it on a surface for more than 24 hours. Because it comes off. And it's made to put on and off. The whole yesod of a post-it note is not made to stay there. It's made to put on and off. I want to make myself a reminder this afternoon at 3 o'clock I have to call someone. So I put a post-it note on my desk. It's going to come off soon. So it's like almost like the bookmarks. Say, what's the head of the bookmarks? It's made to come on and off. That's the whole yesod of it. Every time I move my Shnai Mikra from Sheni to Shlishi, right? If I don't go with the Aruch HaShulchan of exactly how it works, Sheni and Shlishi, and you know with the pay in the Samach, then you go with that way. Anyway.
Why is no problem taking off the bookmark?
Al Smoichik, you're worried about? Because if it's not see-through? Because it's made as a temporary bookmark. It's sticky.
When you detach it, you're not To that pile when it comes, when you buy.
Oh, you think a brand new one. That's a good one. We didn't discuss that. We discussed it by the post-it notes. But very good. Says Rabbi Mila, beautiful aura, that when you have a brand new Zev bookmark and you take it off of the piece, that could be a problem with Makib HaPatish because it wasn't usable before. Now you're making it usable. Avada. That's very, very good in that case. I saw in the Sefer Nishma Shabbos, from I think Borough Park. I think it's from Borough Park. He's a big Rav from Borough Park. He's got a beautiful status from him called Shailis and Shuvas Nishma Shabbos. If you learn Nechon Shabbos for Boisai, it's kedai to see this. He comes up with the wildest questions I ever saw. It's mamish meridik. One of the Shailis asked not a wild question. It's a very, very posh kasha, and that is on your fridge. Sometimes the way to ensure that the light doesn't go on is you have, especially the new modern day fridges. Every time you open the fridge, there's like a little button over there that comes out in the hinge area. And when you open the fridge, the button sort of, pops out and the light goes on. That's on a normal weekday. So what do I do before Shabbos? Is I take some tape and I stick it down, which can be actually quite challenging in a fridge or especially a freezer because it's not very stickable over there, right? And therefore the question is, what happens if on Shabbos I start to see that the sticker, the tape is starting, it's not off, it's still on. It's starting to come off. Now if it comes off, I'm in big trouble. Because next time I open the fridge, the light's going to go on, which I'm going to have all sorts of shilas of, I might have to close the fridge, what about the food inside the fridge, especially if it's hot outside, what do I do, especially if it's a freezer, all sorts of problems. So I want to know, can I be machazik the tape by, just pressing on it again, just to make sure that it doesn't come off. It's not off, it's on, but I can see that you could see. So he tainas that it's mutter. There's no problem over there because it's not off. I'm being machazik, a kiyum that's there already, which is an important thing to remember because that could be an agay shaila, which of course will result in many, many different problems of the fridge, the freezer. Moving on. What's that? And therefore you're not doing anything, you're saying. You're saying you're not doing anything. Okay, fine, good, excellent, even more of a reason. Moving on, Rabotai, is Band-Aids, plasters. Okay, I didn't manage to find ones that were connected, but just to make things, let's just try to go through a few of the shilas that are negay. Yesterday we did diapers, let's then go into Band-Aids. Now often you get Band-Aids that are connected, right? Sometimes you get a whole strip of them, right? What's that?
Where do you get American Band-Aids from?
This is from Target.
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever I go to I have to go to Target in Lakewood with my hat, and I buy things for yeshiva. We have a first aid kit. We have, we have other stuff. I don't want to get in trouble for medication and stuff like that. I don't want to get involved. Anyway, so you have Band-Aids sometimes that comes in a strip, mamash, a whole thing, and you have to detach them. Now that's a dover poshet admoi. This, even a kid learning Aleph Beis understands that of course you can't detach these things on Shabbos. No different to ripping toilet paper or any other paper towels that are connected to each other. Even if it's got the serrated lines over there to make it easier for you, you can't do that. It's a shaila of koreya. It's definitely a shaila of makib patish as well. Probably going to be machatich as well. Machatich means precise cutting, which of course will be included in the issa, and therefore that's why detaching them one from the other will be problematic. So of course you have no problem, you can leave them attached, that's not the issue. And then the way to open them should not be done like this. This is not the way to open a Band-Aid on Shabbos Kodesh. The way to open a Band-Aid on Shabbos Kodesh would be, and this is quite challenging by the way, because of all the writing. So Sfardim will have a much easier time, right? So it's Psikveisha de l'Nichele and Tudu Rabbanons, even though Chacham Avadia, the Chazon Ish said there's no raya from Shas for that. Alright, whatever. But Akaponim the Sfardim will have a much easier time, is to find an area where you can rip it open, probably over here. I would take a knife or something and just rip over there in a way to open it that would not cause, I can't do that right now, but you get the idea. To be able to open it in a way that would not rip the writing. Of course, if the writing rips without my kavana, if it wasn't a psik reisha, it's for sure going to be okay. But okay, I would take a knife and just slit the area over there. What's that?
What's the problem with splitting it the regular way?
In this way over there? Well, that was a problem of originally a tofer. It's sticky. It's very sticky. So I'm opening something that was made to close for quite a number of time, which will be, I guess you could kind of, it's the same thing as what we said yesterday with the diapers, maybe, but maybe this will be actually a little bit worse, especially if they're connected one to the other. It's a shayla makiv patish also, which you don't have so much by the diapers. Now, the next problem is I've got the Band-Aid now. Now the problem is to open it. So now I've got these tabs. So be'etzem, these tabs, l'choira would be the same shaila as we said yesterday, which was the machlokes, the Magen Avraham, and the Taz and the Levush, which brought down in the Ramon Shinyad Zayin, which the Mishnah Berurah doesn't even be machriya about whether I take the tabs, right, the socks that were connected together. We said that yesterday, whether or not it's there for a long time or not a long time. So you could say the same thing. You could say the Machzor Eliyahu and Rav Sheinberg machlokes, that the Machzor Eliyahu would say, Rav Falk would say that avada it's also, because when I got this band-aid, it was 6 months after they attached the tab to it, which is a very long time, Tofer shel kayama pashtus, and never taking it off will be korea. Or you could say like with Sheinberg's pshat, which is no. But etzem, I could be in the factory in China a day later, so therefore it's a short amount of time. There's a technical problem that I'm not there, so I have to be shipped to America, and then from America I have to bring it down to Israel, and then I have to open up and ship. That takes time. So maybe that would be okay because of that. Or you could say, which is some of the poskim say, that this is not like a diaper. This is much worse than a diaper, right? I don't know how many of you have ever called up a Band-Aid factory, but I have, to ask them, how do you make the Band-Aids? How does it work? Nowadays, nobody call them up. You look these things up, right? Nobody's going to call them up. You look it up online. But the mice, I called them up. They told me you make one huge sheet. It's a huge sheet. And then you have a cutting machine, Ellie, that cuts them. And it comes into this form. That means that this tab wasn't just put on. It was put on before it was even roid to be a Band-Aid. It wasn't a Band-Aid when it was put on. It was a huge sheet which cannot be used as a Band-Aid, which means that when I'm taking it off, I'm not only am I doing a shail of korea because it was tofer originally when it was stuck on, but I'm actually doing a shail of makabah patish because now I'm making it usable. Again, we're not discussing makabah patish by riches now, but the basic idea of makabah patish is that you're making something usable that it was never usable before. So by taking off the tab, not only am I doing a shail of korea, but I'm partially doing a shail of makabah patish. That's why some people will open up, if they know, if you've got kids in your house, you always need these at hand, and you will open them before Shabbos, and then you'll put them back, right? It's not a big deal for the stickiness, or the best thing, I guess, to do if you didn't do that, is to open up with a shinoi. If you open up with a shinoi, open up with your cheat on Shabbos, that's a shinoi. That's the best thing to do when it comes to Band-Aids, and that's my suggestion for the Olam, to do that when it comes to Band-Aids. Now, one last thing when it comes to Band-Aid, this is very important, and this is something that we'll end with, and also, again, the Olam sometimes don't know this, is that when you put the Band-Aid on Shabbos, there's a big problem. What's the problem? The problem is, just to make an easy example, if you've got a cut, lo leinu lo lechem, on your finger, and you take the Band-Aid and you put it on in the normal way, which is to wrap it around like that, now that's obviously going to be a problem. That's pashtus going to be an issa d'oraisa. Very simply, why? Because when I want to remove this Band-Aid, I'm not going to sit there peeling off the tab. People don't know this, the Machal Shabbos every single Shabbos. This is why the Chofetz Chaim wrote in Akdama. If you don't know Hilchos Shabbos, you'll be Machal Shabbos 278 times every single Shabbos Kodesh. And you can learn in the best yeshiva, but you're still the mice to be doing that, because if you don't know halacha, that's too bad. You're a complete amoritz. So therefore, when you take off the Band-Aid, well, you go like that, you rip it off. So that tofer that you did originally was a tofer shel kayama. That was going to last there forever. So to wrap it around itself will be a major problem of tofer, shail of a doraisa, depending on how long it's going to be, and therefore don't do that. So if you have a cut, what to do is put it in a way that you don't overlap the tabs on itself, in a way that you could do it in different ways. Again, there's different mahalachan that you could do to make sure the tabs don't overlap on each other. And of course, to remember, when you do remove the Band-Aid, be careful of hilchos goizes. That means to take off the hair that could be on your finger or any other place on your body as well that could have hair there. That could be a shayla of goizes. Baruch Hashem, we finished the sugya of Tofer to much as we can. Mr. Hashem, tomorrow, Be'ez Hashem, a brand new sugya. Have a wonderful, beautiful, and healthy day. Amen.